courtroom secrets.
All right. Good morning. I'm Judge Chungan. We are here on people of the city of Taylor versus Randall Crane. Good morning. I see Mr. Crane up on screen. Sir, I believe you are muted. If you could unmute, please. There we go. Good morning, sir. Would you state your name, please?
My name is Randall Timothy Crane.
Good morning, Mr. Crane. And on behalf of defendant, today we have, please.
James Kazicki. I'm the House Counsel. I spoke with Mr. Crane. Had a breakdown in communications. I don't believe I can go forward representing him. We do not support the same theory of law.
Mr. Crane, sir, you do have the right to have a court-appointed attorney. Do you wish to have a court-appointed attorney, or are you going to represent yourself at this time? You could change your mind later on, but at this stage, sir, are you representing yourself?
Sir, me and the House Counsel do not agree on a bunch of things.
I understand that. My question is, all you're here for today is I'm going to actually give you the formal arraignment and conduct a pretrial. All I'm wondering, sir, is are you going to represent yourself at this limited proceeding? That's all, sir.
I would like to have a assistance.
Okay, all right, but at this time, we do not have other counsel. But what I am going to do is what we call an arraignment. All arraignment, sir, is just a formal reading of the charges that are lodged against you. That's all it is. And I explained that the rights that you have.
Well, I understand my rights.
Hold on just a minute, please. Hold on just a minute. I want to make sure I have the complete file. Mr. Kazicki, maybe you can offer a little assistance, sir. Okay, no, I've got it. So, for the record, Mr. Crane, you're here for an arraignment. As I explained, sir, arraignment is that initial stage of the criminal proceedings, or simply put, you're advised of the charges that are now formally lodged against you. Okay, sir. So in this matter, you are charged on the complaint of Taylor PD Officer Schillenberg, who states that on March 26th, while in the city of Taylor, that you obstructed the officer from performing his lawful duties, specifically with respect to the stop on where he claims he observed you operating electronic device. Now, a misdemeanor charge in the state of Michigan. It's a criminal offense. It subjects you potentially to be 0 days in jail up to 90 days. Fines could be 0 up to 500. You could be placed on probation also for a period of up to 2 years. Of course, you have the right to have an attorney to represent you. If you can't afford one, one could be appointed. Now, having heard that charge, how do you plead to the charge of obstructing the officer? All right, I'm going to note that the defendant stands mute. Has the same effect, sir, as you pleading not guilty. Now, sir, you are going to have I need you to write this down, please. You will have a pre-trial conference. So you're going to meet with an attorney here in the court. You write this date down, July 16th at 9 a.m. It's an in-person pre-trial conference. Furthermore, sir, we're going to mail a notice of that date to the address that's listed on your ticket. And at this time, I'm going to release you on a personal bond You don't have to post cash. That's your word that you're going to come back on the July 16th date at 9 a.m. All right, sir. Now, I also want to inform you, we have a couple of other charges. They're called civil infractions. One has to do with no proof of insurance and no registration. Sir, these being civil infractions, they can't be sent to jail for these. They're simply not criminal offenses. All right. You'll be fined up to $100 on each of those, but you can't be sent to jail. Just for your information, they are accompanying charges. And lastly, again, you're on a personal bond. That's your word that you're going to come back on that July 16th date. Understood, sir?
No, I do not understand.
Pardon me, sir?
No, I do not understand.
Well, I'll explain it again. You come back on July 16th in court for a pretrial conference. You meet with the attorney who will meet with the prosecutor. That's when they discuss the merits of the case. And right now, I've released you on a personal bond. You don't have to come to the courthouse and post any money. It's your word that you're coming back on that date. I've notified you here on the record of the court date, and further, you'll be mailed a notice.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand that part, but what I don't understand is I don't understand the jurisdiction that the court has over me.
Sir, you're going to be able to discuss that at a later date. This was just to advise you of the charges formally lodged.
Well, I would also like to advise the court that every day that I am in court, I require $1,400, and I will be charging the court $1,400 for my time.
Sir, you can do as you see fit on that count. I'm just apprising you of your court dates. And with that, you're free to leave the meeting, sir. Thank you.
This hearing is a clear example of what happens when legal theories collide with the practical realities of the courtroom. Randall Crane appeared for what was supposed to be a simple arraignment, but the hearing quickly shifted when his court-appointed attorney informed the judge that the attorney-client relationship had broken down because they fundamentally disagreed on the legal approach. Rather than debating those disagreements, the judge kept the hearing focused on its limited purpose, formally informing the defendant of the criminal charge, explaining his rights, and setting the next court date. At this early stage, the court was not deciding guilt or innocence, nor was it ruling on jurisdiction or constitutional arguments. As the hearing continued, the judge repeatedly tried to keep the discussion on track. Mr. Crane questioned the court's authority and later declared that he expected to be paid $1,400 for every day he spent in court. While those statements reflected beliefs sometimes associated with sovereign citizen arguments, the judge chose not to engage in a lengthy debate. Instead, he simply explained that any legal challenges could be raised at the appropriate time, and that the purpose of the arraignment was only to notify the defendant of the charges and explain the conditions of his release. Courts generally separate procedural matters from legal arguments, and judges often avoid turning routine hearings into extended discussions over issues that are not yet before the court. One of the most important lessons from this hearing is the role of an arraignment. Many people assume it is a trial or an opportunity to argue every aspect of a case, but that is not its purpose. An arraignment is primarily an administrative step where the defendant is informed of the allegations, advised of constitutional rights, enters or is assigned a plea, and receives future court dates. Questions about evidence, jurisdiction, or possible defenses are typically addressed later through motions or during trial. By keeping the hearing focused on those procedural requirements, the judge ensured that the case could continue through the normal legal process without unnecessary delay. This case also highlights the importance of effective legal representation. When a defendant and attorney cannot agree on a legal strategy, communication can break down, making it difficult for counsel to provide meaningful representation. However, disagreement with an attorney does not automatically stop a criminal case from moving forward. Courts still have an obligation to protect a defendant's rights while ensuring that proceedings continue according to established legal procedures. Ultimately, this hearing serves as a reminder that the courtroom operates according to established rules and procedures rather than personal beliefs or unconventional legal theories. Every defendant has the right to challenge the charges, question the government's evidence, and present legal arguments. But those challenges must be raised in the proper manner and at the appropriate stage of the case. Whether a defense ultimately succeeds depends not on the strength of personal convictions, but on legally recognized arguments supported by evidence and the law. That distinction lies at the heart of how the justice system functions.